Greetings, everyone. My name is Thami Mbongo. Welcome to the State of the Arts with Thami Mbongo. Today, our topic is the cultural and creative industry must not vote for the ruling party, but vote for an alternative. I would like to cover this this topic into 10 points. One, Nelson Mandela. Two, previous ministers in the arts and culture. Three, 60 days sit-in at the NAC led by Sibongile Mngoma. Four, Parliament Portfolio Committee on Sports, Arts and Culture. Five, political parties manifesto. Six, Stand Summit that was held at Stellenbosch recently. Seven, is Democratic Artist Party a solution? 8, ANC giving birth to CCIFSA. 9, other voices from the cultural and creative industry practitioners. The last point will be other ANC failures in the past 27 years. In covering these 10 points, I hope it will give you a sense why I am saying that the cultural and creative industry must not vote for the ruling party, but vote for an alternative. Remember, we are allowed to agree to disagree. These are my personal views. Feel free to write your views and comments on the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, The Creative Passport. Now, let's get to the 10 points. 1, Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela once said, if the ANC does to you what the apartheid government did to you, then you must do to the ANC what you did to the apartheid government. Let us remind ourselves that Nelson Mandela spent the first 18 of his 27 years in jail at the brutal Robben Island prison, confined to a small cell without a bed or plumbing. He was forced to do hard labor in a quarry. He could write and receive a letter once every 6 months. And once a year, he was allowed to meet with a visitor for 30 minutes. However, Ubaba Nelson Mandela resolved to remain unbroken, and while remaining the symbolic leader of the anti-apartheid movement, he led a movement of civil disobedience at the prison that caused the South African officials into drastically improving conditions on Robben Island. So, if a person like Nelson Mandela, who has dedicated his entire life seeing the end of apartheid in South Africa, who are we as cultural and creative industry not to put an end to the molestation that the ANC has been doing to the cultural and creative industry since they came to power in 1994? 27 years since the ANC has been in power. Yet there are no major changes in the cultural and creative industry landscape in South Africa. This year, we mark 27 years of democracy. This is the perfect opportunity to put an end to ANC madness and offer others opportunity to lead us. If we can't do this for ourselves, then let us do it in honor of Nelson Mandela. Kwanele, enough is enough. Genoeg is genoeg. Sekunjalo kinako. Now is the time to unvote the African National Congress. Number 2, let us look at the previous minister that ANC has given us since 1994. Ben Ngubana, obviously, he came in as IFE at the time. Paulo Jordan, Lulu Klingwan, Paul Mashatile, and recently, Nathi Mthethwa. Nathi Mthethwa is one of the longest serving ministers in the arts and culture portfolio. All the other previous ministers are or have played a vital or influential role in the African National Congress. Look at Paul Mashatile, Lulu Klingwan, Paulo Jordan. You need to ask yourself as a practitioner, are they using their power that they have within the ANC to advance the interests of cultural and creative industry in South Africa? Or they are just ticking the box? Surely, ANC does have capable practitioners in the cultural and creative industry on the ground, but not in parliament. Why do we vote the same people that have failed us for the past 27 years? Let's go to our third point, which is the 60-day sit-in at the NAC. Where was African National Congress when artists led by Mama Sibongile Mngoma were staging a sit-in at the National Arts Council offices in Joburg for 60 days? They never came. They were nowhere to be found. If my memory serves me well, BFL leader Andile Mngoma did pay Abahlali a visit. Democratic Alliance through Mr. Tshepo Mhlongo, who had been very outspoken public on his support of Abahlali, did pay a visit. EFF through Fana Mugwen, Piapo Matokwe, and also communication department led by Sikolisile Xilishe came to shoot a short documentary in support of the artist, which was played in various platforms on Freedom Day. Action SA through Helman Mashaba and top leadership of Action SA even went to an extent that they have secured lawyers for Abahlali and assisted Abahlali to take the NAC to the public protector. And that case is still continuing. The Socialist Revolutionary Workers' Party, SRWP, Yenumsa, one of the leaders even left his own painting because he's a visual artist of Marikana massacre, which showed Cyril Ramaphosa's role in it at that building, and he collected it after the sit-in was ended. I know many will say these political parties were playing political games. Whether they played political games or not, the most important thing is they showed up. Why didn't the ruling party show up? Number 4, Parliament Portfolio Committee on Sport, Arts and Culture. The Sports, Arts and Culture Portfolio Committee is responsible for oversight of the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, as well as statutory entities like state-funded institutions. And how this committee is formed. Committee membership is distributed amongst the parties roughly in proportion to the seats they get in Parliament. So if a party wins 20% of the seat, its MP will occupy about 20% of committee position. The National Assembly rules our committee agreed that all committee will be comprised of 11 members. So it is not a secret that if we want to see change, then in this Parliament Portfolio Committee, it needs to have people who understand the cultural and creative industry. If you look at the current one, you've got one who Miss Beauty Nomvuzo Dulani, the ANC, who acts as a chairperson, Umama. You've got Miss Vuisile Promise Malomane, the ANC. You've got Mr. Jacob Boy Mamambola, the ANC. You've got Mr. Philip Matsapule Pohiso Modise, the ANC. You've got Mr. Zondi Naya from the ANC 5. And then you've got Mr. Tshepo Winston Mhlongo, DA. Mrs. Veronica van Dijk, DA 2, DA. You've got Miss Mankaula, Kaula with EFF. You've got Mr. Brian Sidile Madlingo, Siobra Ringo with EFF 2, EFF. You've got Ingo Sipeke Sizwe Nevat Lutu, IFP 1. So that makes it 11. So in my personal experience and engagement with this particular committee, I would like to acknowledge the hard work done by the following members. Out of 11, I've got 4. 1, Mr. Tshepo Winston Mhlongo of DA. Mrs. Veronica van Dijk of DA. Mr. Brian Sindile Madlingosi, Opraringo of EFF, Mrs. Makaule of EFF. So those four have been doing a stellar job for me, which reminds me of the ANC. Mr. Albert CAB and Miss Beauty Nomvuzo Tulane, when they were meeting Abahlali as the portfolio committee, they said something that really disturbed me. Why are we reporting them to the opposition parties and not deal with them directly? So which shows the ANC is only focusing on their members. Let's go to the next point, the political party manifestos. It is important for every cultural and creative industry, you understand, to read and engage all these political parties manifestos so that they understand what is it that they are voting for. We understand. It does not help us to keep on saying we'll vote for a certain party, but we are not engaging and understanding what is it that they are offering to the cultural and creative industry. Like various political parties have been staging their manifestos, are making promises, you understand, to the cultural and creative industry and to the South Africans. You look at their slogans, you understand, do they accommodate the cultural and creative industries? When their president or leaders are speaking on these manifestos, are they mentioning arts and culture or cultural and creative industry? Or they don't care? If you look at the top three organizations, ANC, DA, EFF, their slogans, the ANC is better life for all. While the DA says the DA gets things done. The EFF says land and jobs manage. So as creative, we need to ask ourselves, are we part of that? Do they consider that in those slogans? And you must ask yourself, what are other parties are saying? Whether it's African Christian Democratic Party, African People's Convention, United Democratic Party, or Freedom Front Plus, or Action SA, Inkatha Freedom Party, Minority Front, whatever political party. And I must say that there are new political parties that have emerged. You understand? We need to give them a chance. Just like people have given the African National Congress a chance. We understand that we've got so many different political parties. And the good thing in our local government, we've got our independent candidate. So we need to listen and understand their manifesto. Let's go to point number 6, which is the STAN Foundation Summit in Stellenbosch that was recently held. And in the STAN, there was a forum. Why should artists vote for you? It was held by STAN Foundation. And Vicky Mento, who is the Western Cape chairperson of Action SA, represented the party that was founded by Mr. Herman Mashal. Cameron Dagmo, the leader of the opposition in the Western Cape legislature, spoke for the ANC. The DA was represented by Councillor Zaid Abad Rodin, who is the Cape Town's mayoral committee member of community service and health, and also a federal youth chairperson. Upia Pamatokwe, a member of parliament and a member of the EFF Central Command team, able represent the EFF. Please note, the African National Congress representative, Cameron Dagmo, who arrived at the summit with a bag full of T-shirts. Yet the same person that represented the ANC did not know what is CCIFSA and what CCIFSA stands for. Yet CCIFSA is a brainchild of the African National Congress. Let's go to point number 7. Is the Democratic Artists Party a solution? Artists have been saying that it is high time that the artists form their own political party. Democratic Artists Party, which is DAP, has done that, and they are saying, forward we go, united we stand, and together we shall govern. The voiceless shall be heard. Artists leading a way to parliament for the implementation of arts economy, for the progression of South African economy. This party, they have their website, Facebook page, and also recently launched their manifesto. And I did go check their website, Facebook page, and read their 25-page manifesto. My take is, this is a good start for the artist, and that maybe this party needs some time, as it was established only last year. Lots of work still needs to be done. When I went through their stuff, it is still very amateur-like for now, and maybe it needs policymakers to engage and come up with a much more professional document and to be presented more professional, you know. There are so many things that can be worked. You understand that it still feels rushed now. Maybe in time, things will change. So I'm inviting the cultural and creative practitioners to go and give it a chance and read their manifesto, check it out. If it speaks to you, vote for it. Maybe later on, more people are going to vote for it. Let's go to point number 8, ANC giving birth to CCIFSA. CCIFSA stands for Cultural and Creative Industry Federation of South Africa. CCIFSA is having ANC colors, and if you go to any CCIFSA event or program, you will swear you are in an ANC rally or event. CCIFSA current president, Mngoma, is also an ANC council candidate in Ward 101 ANC eThekwini region. CCIFSA is a big supporters and praise singers of Nathi Mthethwa and the DSEC, who have not yet accounted publicly to more than 20 million that CCIFSA has received from the department since its inception. So if you are voting for ANC, it means you are endorsing CCIFSA. Point number 9, other cultural and creative voices. Ismail Muhammad, when he was writing about the Stand Summit, he ended by saying, abstaining from voting for any idiotic party is as much strong political choice, but it is not a good choice at the time when the arts sector has to vote for any other party but the ANC to show to the ANC why Nathi must fall. Sibongile Mngoma says, remember what the ruling party did to you, artists. It's been 18 months of hell. Choose wisely and relocate your vote. Eugene Mthethwa says, unfortunately, our blacks leaders, oppressors, have been loyal ANC member for a long time and actively participated in its voting campaigns, but it has done nothing for the creative industry. Instead, artists are treated like used condoms. We are only used when they want votes from people. We are saying it's enough. Number 10, other ANC failures in the past 27 years. The ANC was founded on 8 January 1912 by John Langalibalele Dube in Bloemfontein as the South African Native National Congress. Its primary mission was to bring all Africans together as one people, to defend their rights and freedom. Credit must be given to the African National Congress and other political parties for taking us out of apartheid regime into this so-called democracy. In these 27 years since it has been in power, it has showed that it is not interested in bringing all Africans together as one people. It is not defending their rights and freedom. Are you still going to vote for the party that has failed to implement the Freedom Charter? Just like I've given you 10 points, let me remind you the 10 points from the Freedom Charter. The people shall govern. All nation groups shall have equal rights. The people shall share in the country as well. The land shall be shared amongst those who work. All shall be equal before the law. All shall enjoy equal human rights. There shall be work and security. The doors of learning and culture shall be opened. There shall be houses and security and comfort. There shall be peace and friendship. Is ANC doing that 27 years? At the end, the cultural and creative industry in South Africa must make up their mind. my personal take as Thami Mbongo is, the cultural and creative industry must not vote for the ruling party, but vote for an alternative. In closing, this is also an invitation to join Abahlali Movement Drive Artist Anti-Manifesto Rally this coming Wednesday in Newtown. Abahlali Movement Drive are saying, you are cordially invited to the 2021 Artist Anti-Manifesto Rally as a build-up to 1 November 2021 local government election. President Cyril Ramaphosa has been giving our sector a deaf ear ever since he came into power. Our government has failed the cultural and creative industries. Political parties are making empty promises to the cultural and creative industry to win our votes. The COVID-19 lockdown has served to highlight the underlying issues that have been neglected and allowed to lie dormant for 27 years of democracy. We are still dealing with the backlash of old structures inherited from our disturbing past. It is in this spirit that we take the opportunity this lockdown has presented to review and ensure things are changed for the better. As we are approaching the 2021 local government election, suddenly the country is moved to lockdown adjusted level 1. Who is fooling who? Abahlali Movement Drive invites cultural and creative industry practitioners, structures, supporters, and lovers of the cultural and creative industry to join them for this activation that will address the issues of cultural and creative industries. So as I said, Uguti, the date is 6 October 2021. Venue, Mary Fitzgerald Square, which is 120 Lillian Ngoyi Street, Newtown, Johannesburg, next to Market Theatre in that big space. The time is 10:11. And they say the cultural and creative industry in South Africa needs to be open from all other lockdowns that have plagued the industry for decades. My name is Thami Mbongo, and this show is called State of the Art with Thami Mbongo. Today, I was sharing my own personal views on why should the cultural and creative industry practitioners not be voting for the ruling party, but should be voting for an alternative. I don't care whether you vote for DA, EFF, Action SA, BLF, African Convention Party, UDM. But this upcoming election gives us a chance to say, Uguti, the ruling party has not been listening to the cultural and creative industry cries. This is the perfect opportunity to show Uguti, we as the industry are not happy with Minister Natim Tet. We are not happy with the work that is done by the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture. So the only way to do that, we're not going to rally. We're not going to go and invade buildings or burn tires on the street, but we are going to use our vote. It's not violent. You are just using your X and vote the African National Congress in these upcoming elections. So, as I said in the beginning, we are allowed to agree to disagree. So write your comments. I would love to hear your take on this. Please also tell me if you would like us to have a follow-up and maybe invite certain people to cover some of these issues. From me, Thami Mbongo, umntana kaMbuyisa uNgqaleza uNdima uSondiso uMvemnyama ozalwa phaa koManzana oKhumalo oMtungwa oMdletshe, ndithi ndiyabulela, and keep subscribing to our channel. God bless.